Hello, my name is Herve. I started the website longbeachchant.com, and I want to explain here why I started the website. I started it in 2013, and it followed the purchase of a book called The Gregorian Missal. I found this book by chance in a Catholic bookstore, and it looked quite official. It looked first, it was new. It was a 2012 edition. It looked official. It has solid bounding and also Gregorian notation. And I was always interested in the Gregorian notation of music, which seems simpler than the modern notation. It was a lot more official looking, like those things we have in most churches for worship, like these missalettes and with modern notation. So I bought it and tried to understand what this book was and its place in the documents of the church. And I soon learned that this was the Sunday and feast version of the Graduale Romanum. The Graduale Romanum, I later learned, is the official book of the church for music. Nobody knows that but it is in all the church documents. For instance, in the general instruction for the Roman Missal, you will find references to Graduale Romanum in the paragraph 46, 61, 62, and 87. And also there's a booklet for music that has been published by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops in the U.S. called Sing to the Lord. And in Sing to the Lord, the Graduale Romanum, or Roman Gradual, is named in chapters 76, 77, 1151, 144, 157, 158, 190, and 193. And it is also the only music book actually mentioned in those official church documents post-Vatican II for music. And I was trying to understand, so why is nobody using it? And I asked around, priests and church musicians, and because it occurred to me that if it was in all the church documents and was the only music book in the church documents, well, I guess people are not reading the documents because that's kind of what I found out, is that people did not really know about the Roman Gradual or Graduale Romanum when I asked. Most of them, but there were a few that indeed, priests and music directors who knew about the Roman Gradual, and typically they will give me to answer why we're not using it. Because it's all in Latin, including the instruction, and it's not pastoral. So this book, the Gregorian Missal, answered the Latin part, because if the music was still to be sung in Latin, all the instructions are in English. You can read here prayer over the offering. And as far as being pastoral, when I started to discuss with people about what do you not find pastoral about it, I realized they haven't really used the book. So how can you decide what is pastoral if you've never used it? It was mostly what I found, that instead of reading the church document on music, most church music directors will just trust the sales people from the publisher of those booklets, GIA, WLP, and OCP, and trust those were the church documents. And so I started to think, let's see if it's pastoral. Let's study the book. Let's sing from it. And what I found is that it's a very good solution, that not only it's given to us by the church, that should be reason enough to use it, but it is good for a good prepare a good disposition into the liturgy. Why? Because if we use the book that the church has given to us, we don't have to wrestle with what to sing and what choice. So the disposition of obeying is a good disposition for the liturgy. And another thing I found out is that it's a book that really prepares to apprenticeship in the liturgy, because um, Gregorian music only require breath and words. There's no musical instrument. So anybody who knows a little bit about chant can teach somebody who knows less. And there is that dynamic relation of apprenticeship that I experienced myself when I found finally in 2015 a mass that was using the book, and there were two very competent musicians there that I could learn with, and that really improved my knowledge of this book, and the relationship of apprenticeship was very important. Another reason why it's really appropriate for apprenticeship, because there's a really wide breadth of difficulty in the book, from the simplest response chant to the more difficult. And finally, it's very good because it's predictable. When we use the Roman Gradual for singing, we know what we're going to be singing 6 months, 9 months, a year from now on the Sunday that are coming in the liturgy. So, and as far as the Latin part, which still scares a lot of people, there are now translations of the music from the Gradual Romanum, either published by Father Weber or by Adam Bartlett, and those are really good books to use too if Latin really scares you. So this is why I started this website, and I hope you stay with me and learn more about the Roman Gradual and chant in the liturgy. Thank you.